What does the twin flame of a chosen one look like? Only 1% know. When the soul is ready, its counterpart appears. This timeless truth reminds us that true, divine love often arrives not when we search for it, but when we align with our higher purpose. In today's video on spiritual wisdom, we're exploring a mystery that only a rare few truly understand. What does the twin flame of a chosen one look like? If your heart feels called to this topic, trust that it's no coincidence. There's something powerful here for your personal journey. As you watch, reflect on your own experiences. Have you ever felt a soul connection so deep it shook your spirit? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe if this resonates with your truth. Let's awaken together. 1. The rarity and sacredness of the twin flame connection. If you've ever felt an unexplainable pull towards someone who seems to reflect not just your light, but your shadows too, you may be standing at the edge of one of the rarest spiritual experiences on earth, the union of twin flames. This isn't just romance, it's a divine alignment. And if you're drawn to this message, it may be because your soul already knows it was destined for something greater. Twin flames are not common. They are spiritual in nature, soul deep, and rare beyond measure. Unlike soulmates, who are harmonious companions helping you grow in love and life, a twin flame is your soul's mirror reflecting the depths of who you are, both your glory and your brokenness. For the chosen one, this bond carries even more weight. You were never meant to live an ordinary life. Chosen ones are marked by divine intention, carrying missions of light, healing, and awakening. So when a twin flame enters your life, they don't just spark romance, they awaken your soul's purpose. This person doesn't complete you because you are already whole. Instead, they reflect the truth of who you are and ignite the spiritual fire within that pushes you toward your destiny. But this connection is not for the faint of heart. The mirror a twin flame holds up doesn't just show your strengths. It reveals your wounds, your fears, your soul's unfinished business. And that's where the magic begins. Because through this intense reflection, you are forced to rise. You are invited to heal. You are called to transform. A twin flame union is not about comfort, it's about growth, ascension, and spiritual evolution. And for a chosen one, this kind of divine pressure is necessary to awaken the higher self and step into true spiritual leadership. Only a small number of people ever encounter this type of love. In fact, it's said that only about 1% of the world's population is spiritually awakened enough to even recognize their twin flame, let alone maintain the bond. This isn't because the connection is elitist, but because it demands a level of soul maturity that most aren't ready for. It requires one to be deeply in tune with their inner world, willing to face their shadows, and devoted to a path of truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may become. In the spiritual realm, nothing happens by chance. The pull you feel might be your higher self whispering that you are among the few, those destined to walk the twin flame path. It means your soul is waking up to its divine blueprint. And that kind of awakening comes with purpose, power, and transformation. So what does the twin flame of a chosen one look like? They look like destiny in human form. They challenge you, inspire you, and walk with you through fire and rebirth. They mirror your soul's brilliance, even when you try to hide from it. And though the journey may be intense, chaotic, and even painful at times, it is ultimately sacred. because through them, you don't just find love, you find yourself. In a world where most chase shallow connections, the twin flame path is a spiritual initiation reserved for the awakened. And if you are reading these words with a burning in your chest or a knowing in your gut, then perhaps you are one of the few whose soul chose this rare and holy path. Embrace it. Honor it. You were chosen for a reason. Are you one of the rare souls destined to experience the twin flame connection? If this message resonates with you, comment below. I am ready for divine union to claim your path and awaken to this sacred journey. 2. A chosen one is born with a divine mission. There are souls in this world who carry a deep, unexplainable knowing, a quiet fire in their hearts that whispers, "You were born for more." These are the chosen ones. From early childhood, they sense that they are different. Not in a way that sets them above others, but in a way that sets them apart. Their sensitivity is heightened. Their connection to the unseen is stronger. Their pain often runs deeper because their purpose runs higher. They have been selected by the universe to walk a sacred path, a path of spiritual service, awakening, and transformation. For a chosen one, nothing in life is random. Every loss, every challenge, every moment of silence is part of a divine blueprint designed to lead them back to their true essence. And when it comes to love, this is especially true. Because for a chosen one, love is never ordinary. It is cosmic. It is purposeful. It is destined. And at the center of this destiny is a rare and powerful connection that only a small fraction of people on Earth will ever experience: the twin flame. Unlike a soulmate who brings comfort and companionship, a twin flame brings evolution. A twin flame is not just someone who understands you. They are you, in another body, in another form, reflecting back the parts of your soul that you've forgotten or hidden away. They don't just meet you in love. They meet you in truth. They awaken your higher self. They push you toward your divine calling. They stir something inside of you that no one else can reach, triggering a profound spiritual awakening that forever alters your path. The twin flame of a chosen one doesn't always appear in the way you might imagine. They might not fit the image you've carried in your heart. But when you meet them, you'll know not with your mind, but with your soul. It will feel like looking into a mirror, not of your face, but of your spirit. It's an energetic recognition, an undeniable pull, a sacred ignition. Your whole being will respond because your frequency has found its match. This connection is not always smooth. In fact, it's often chaotic because its purpose is not to coddle you, it's to refine you. Twin flames stir the deepest wounds so that they can be healed. They awaken ancient fears so that you can finally set them free. They challenge your ego so that your soul can rise. And in this sacred fire, the chosen one is reborn not into who the world wanted them to be, but into who they were always meant to become. The love between a chosen one and their twin flame is not a fairy tale. It's a divine mission. Together, they are meant to bring light into the world. Together, they unlock spiritual gifts, amplify each other's energy, and walk in divine alignment. Their love is not private. It ripples outward, touching everyone they encounter. It is the kind of love that changes lives, heals generations, and shifts the collective consciousness. If you are a chosen one, and love has felt elusive or intense, know this: you were never meant for the ordinary. Your heart was designed to recognize a divine counterpart, Your soul was wired for sacred connection. And when your twin flame enters your life, it will not just be about romance, it will be about purpose. You won't just feel loved, you'll feel awakened. Comment below, "I am chosen for a divine mission," if you feel the calling deep within. 3. The twin flame is a mirror of your soul, not just a lover. The twin flame of a chosen one does not arrive in a package shaped by the world's ideals. They don't necessarily match your physical preferences or fit into your expectations. Instead, they reflect something far greater, your true self. They mirror your light and your shadow, the parts of you that you celebrate and the parts you try to hide. They are the soul that shows you not just who you are, but who you are meant to become. As the great Carl Jung once said, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed." This is the essence of the twin flame journey of spiritual transformation through deep soul recognition. You won't recognize your twin flame with your eyes. You'll recognize them with your soul. It may be a single glance, a moment of silence, or a deep vibration within you that whispers, "I know you." That moment is not a coincidence. It's divine timing. For chosen ones, this meeting has been written into your soul contract long before you were born. It is part of your spiritual mission, a sacred agreement between two souls to awaken, evolve, and rise together. And yet, this connection is not always peaceful. In fact, it can feel like a spiritual storm. Your twin flame doesn't just reflect your beauty. They reflect your pain, your fears, your deepest emotional wounds. But not to hurt you, to heal you, to show you what must be transformed so that you can fully step into your divine path. Like fire that purifies gold, their presence burns away the illusions and false identities you've held onto, leaving only the truth of your soul. As Rumi once wrote, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." Your twin flame is the light and the wound all at once. For chosen ones, those who carry ancient wisdom and a higher spiritual calling, this bond is not just a love story, it is a divine assignment. It exists not just to comfort you, but to challenge you, activate you, and guide you toward your higher purpose. In this sacred mirror, you see the version of yourself that is not afraid to love deeply, to feel fully, and to rise boldly. Your twin flame doesn't complete you. They awaken the part of you that was always whole but hidden. This connection often comes with phases, intense union, painful separation, and spiritual growth. Each phase is a necessary part of the soul's evolution. The more you surrender to the lessons, the more you become aligned with who you truly are. You may be triggered, tested, or stretched beyond your limits, but it is all a part of the spiritual refinement process that only the chosen experience. So what does the twin flame of a chosen one look like? They look like the truth. They look like a transformation. They look like someone whose soul speaks your soul's language without a word. They are not here to make you comfortable. They are here to make you conscious, to awaken you, to remind you that you are not just here to survive, but to live a life of divine purpose, soul power, and spiritual awareness. If this message has awakened something deep within you, leave a comment of truth. I recognize my twin flame as a mirror of my soul. I welcome the healing and growth this divine connection brings. And if it resonated, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more soul-aligned insights. 4. The connection is intense, transformative, and often painful. The twin flame of a chosen one doesn't come to fulfill fantasies. Instead, they come to hold up a mirror so clear and so honest that everything within you that is unhealed, hidden, or broken rises to the surface. They trigger your deepest fears, expose your oldest wounds, and bring your emotional scars into full view. But this is not to cause pain for pain's sake. It is for healing, raw, real, and sacred. When a chosen one meets their twin flame, it feels as though their soul is being cracked open, allowing the buried truths to pour out like rivers, finally breaking through a dam. This confrontation with the shadow self is not punishment. It is purification. Twin flames are not meant to make you feel safe. They are meant to make you whole. This is why friction, separation, and emotional turbulence are almost always part of the path. It can be overwhelming, heartbreaking, and confusing, especially for those who are expecting the peace of love, but instead find the storm of awakening. But here lies the deeper truth. The storm is the blessing. The emotional chaos, the tension, the periods of silence and distance are all part of a sacred design to strip away everything that no longer serves your highest self. This journey is a spiritual fire. It burns away illusions, dissolves ego attachments, and forces you to confront every corner of your soul. In that fire, you learn to let go of who you thought you were and rise into who you truly are. You do not emerge from this connection as the same person you emerge reborn. And yet, this pain is not here to break you. It is here to awaken you. It is the divine chiseling your spirit, carving you into the masterpiece you were always meant to be. For chosen ones, the twin flame journey is never about union with another person. First, it is about union with the divine within yourself. You are being led back to the truth of your soul, and your twin flame is the catalyst. This is why so few understand the twin flame of a chosen one. It is not about fantasy. It is not about being completed. It is about being cracked open so that divine light can pour in. As Rumi so wisely said, the wound is the place where the light enters you. In this connection, the wound is not a flaw, it is a portal. And through it, you are invited to rise, again and again, into higher love, higher truth, higher being. Only a rare few, perhaps 1%, truly grasp the depth of this sacred journey. But if you are among them, know this: you are not going crazy. You are awakening. You are not being punished. You are being purified. Your twin flame didn't come to rescue you. They came to remind you of your power, your purpose, and your divine potential. Breathe through the fire. Trust the turbulence. And when it feels like everything is falling apart, remember your soul is coming together. This is not a love story. This is a soul story. And it was always written for the chosen. Do you feel the intensity of this connection? If you do, declare it in the comments. This journey is awakening my highest self. 5. The real purpose, spiritual evolution, and collective awakening. There is a sacred mystery woven into the soul of a chosen one, an inner knowing that love, in its highest form, is not just about romance. It's not simply about partnership or emotional intimacy. For a chosen one, love is a calling. It is a mission. And the one destined to walk beside them, their twin flame, is not an ordinary companion. This connection is divine. It is written in the stars, etched into the soul, and aligned with the awakening of a higher purpose. The twin flame of a chosen one is more than a lover. They are a mirror to the soul. a reflection of divine truth. When these two beings come together, something extraordinary happens. Their love becomes a catalyst, a force of transformation, not only for themselves, but for the world around them. This union is not here to entertain illusions or play out fantasies. It is here to raise the vibration of the planet. Chosen ones carry within them a light that is ancient and powerful. They are here to guide, to awaken, to lead others out of darkness and into truth. But even warriors of light need a mirror, someone who sees their soul in its fullness. That mirror is the twin flame, and their presence is undeniable. They come into your life not just to love you, but to awaken you, to strip away the layers of false identity, to challenge your fears, to break your heart open so wide that only light remains. This union is rare. Only a small fraction of humanity, perhaps 1%, truly grasps its meaning. Not because they're incapable, but because most are not ready. The twin flame journey is not for the faint of heart. It is for those who have walked through fire and still chosen love. It is for those who have faced their shadows and decided to rise. It is for those who have undergone a spiritual awakening, who have remembered who they truly are beneath the noise of the world. The twin flame of a chosen one is not perfect, but they are aligned. They have also been shaped by divine fire. They have cried prayers into the night, broken open under pressure, and emerged wiser, softer, and stronger. They are not here to complete the chosen one, but to co-create a new consciousness. Together, they become vessels of sacred energy, their union radiating waves of healing, light, and divine purpose. Their love is not quiet. It echoes, it uplifts, it transforms. When twin flames unite, they awaken something ancient in each other. Time bends, reality shifts, and suddenly life is no longer about survival, it's about purpose. Their presence activates one another's gifts. Their connection creates a ripple that moves through the collective, stirring hearts, awakening spirits, and reminding others of the truth they've forgotten. That we are all connected. That love is a frequency. That healing is possible. That the divine lives within us. The twin flame of a chosen one is not just someone you fall in love with. They are someone your soul remembers. You feel them before they arrive. You dream of them. You meet them in your visions and prayers. And when they finally show up in your life, it is not a beginning. It is a continuation of something eternal. This union is not meant to stay hidden. It is meant to shine, to become a beacon, to show others what love looks like when it is rooted in truth, stripped of ego, and ignited by divine purpose. Your twin flame is not just coming to love you. They are coming to join you, to rise with you, to serve with you, to help you carry the light you were born to share. And when the time is right, the universe will bring you together, not for comfort, but for destiny. Stay connected with our spiritual community by subscribing to our channel. Here, we explore the deeper purpose of twin flames, spiritual evolution, and collective awakening. Together, we raise the vibration of the planet and co-create a new consciousness rooted in love and divine light. Remember, your union is sacred, a powerful force for healing and transformation in this world. 6. Surrender, healing, and inner work are essential. There is a divine mystery woven into the lives of chosen ones, a sacred thread that connects them to their twin flame, a soul unlike any other. This connection is not born of chance or desire, but of a higher order, a spiritual design that transcends time and logic. If you are one of the rare few, the 1% who feels this pull so deeply it stirs your soul to its core, know this: the twin flame bond cannot be forced, manipulated, or rushed. It is not something you can control. It is something you must surrender to completely, wholeheartedly, as you allow the divine plan to unfold in its perfect timing. True twin flame union is not about longing, chasing, or demanding closeness. It is about trusting in a spiritual process that calls both of you to rise. As the universe orchestrates your journey, you will find that everything is working for you, not against you. Even the moments of silence, the confusion, the painful separations, all of it is part of the sacred unfolding. As the ancient philosopher Rumi wrote, try not to resist the changes that come your way. Instead, let life live through you. This journey is not for the faint of heart. It is for the brave, those willing to be broken open in order to be made whole again. Before divine union can ever take root, deep personal healing is required on both sides. You are not just healing for yourself. You are healing for your lineage, for humanity, for the collective spiritual evolution of this planet. Each twin must confront their shadows, face the old wounds that linger beneath the surface, and take full responsibility for their inner world. This is not merely romantic. It is alchemical. You are being spiritually prepared to carry a vibration of love so pure, so transformative, that it shifts the energy of everyone around you. You are being shaped into vessels of divine light. And only through that sacred preparation can the true twin flame union manifest. Expect to be triggered. Expect to be challenged. The connection will bring up every unhealed layer within you, not to harm you, but to awaken you. Separation, silence, and emotional chaos are not signs of failure. They are spiritual tools designed to bring your soul into alignment with truth. They force you to confront your fears, heal your inner child, and step into your power. As Carl Jung wisely said, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Your twin flame is your mirror. Every conflict, every pause is an invitation to rise higher, to break patterns, to rewrite your story, to return to your divine essence. For the chosen ones, this path is even more intense. You were never meant to live an ordinary life. Your soul chose this path because you came to Earth with a mission to embody divine love, to awaken spiritual truth, to lead others back to their light. Your union is not just about two hearts coming together. It's about activating a frequency that can change the world. That is why the process is so deep, so raw, so sacred. The fire you're walking through is refining you for something far greater than your mind can grasp. If you find yourself in the midst of separation, if your twin flame feels distant or unreachable, do not despair. You are not being rejected. You are being spiritually initiated. You are being invited to rise. Like gold purified in the flames, your soul is being prepared to carry a love that is rare and eternal. This is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of your becoming. Trust the timing. Trust the process. Trust the divine. Because when two souls have done the work, when they've healed, grown, and awakened, their reunion becomes unstoppable. This is what the twin flame of a chosen one looks like. Not just a love story, but a spiritual revolution. Comment below. I surrender to divine healing. If you're ready to align with your soul's true path. 7. The ultimate gift, becoming a chosen pair with a sacred mission. There is a sacred kind of love that defies logic and transcends time. It is not built on fleeting emotions or surface-level attraction, but on soul memory and divine design. This love awakens only once in a lifetime, and it appears when the soul is ready, not when the ego demands. This is the love between a chosen one and their twin flame. While many speak of twin flames as a romantic ideal, only a rare few, perhaps 1%, truly grasp the spiritual magnitude of this union, especially when one or both individuals are spiritually awakened, beings known as the chosen. When both twin flames have journeyed through their personal wilderness, facing inner wounds, dismantling illusions, and aligning with their highest selves, they no longer come together out of longing or desire. They reunite because they have become whole within themselves. And in that divine timing, their union is not just a reunion of lovers, it is the formation of a chosen pair. This pairing is not accidental. It is orchestrated by the divine for a purpose far greater than personal happiness. These two souls become co-creators of light, chosen to walk together in service, truth, and higher love. As a chosen pair, they step into a sacred mission, one that is not limited to their private world, but intended to ripple across the collective. Their purpose is to embody and radiate divine love in action. This kind of love is not passive. It moves. It speaks without words. It heals by presence. It disrupts illusions and awakens sleeping hearts. Wherever they go, their energy shifts the atmosphere. They don't have to try to be seen. They simply are. Their union is a frequency, a vibration that stirs the soul of others to remember their own light. This is what sets the twin flame of a chosen one apart. They are not here to complete the chosen one, nor to fix them, but to reflect back the divine essence they both carry. Each becomes a sacred mirror, showing the other where love still needs to flow more freely. And when that flow becomes unblocked, when love moves through them without resistance, they become a spiritual force, both tender and fierce, both grounded and cosmic. Together, they become a living testimony of spiritual truth, unconditional love, and sacred service to humanity. Their relationship itself becomes a form of ministry. Their story becomes a map for others still seeking. Their struggles, their transformation, and their union become proof that divine love is not just an abstract ideal, it is real, it is possible, and it is powerful enough to change lives. They do not retreat from the world to hide their love. They step forward as light bearers, as embodiments of the new earth energy. They teach not by preaching, but by being. Whether they speak, create, heal, or simply walk in truth, everything they do becomes an extension of their spiritual union. And in doing so, they awaken others not just to love, but to purpose. For those who are chosen, the twin flame is not simply a partner, it is a divine assignment. And when both have done the work, when the soul has become stronger than the wound, their reunion is nothing short of alchemy. It is the merging of two flames into one eternal fire that does not burn, but illuminates. So, if your heart has ever whispered that someone out there carries the other half of your sacred flame, trust that knowing. Do the inner work. Honor your path. Because when you rise into your truth, your twin flame will not only recognize you, they will rise too. And together, you won't just experience love, you will become it. To honor your sacred mission as a chosen pair, declare your devotion. Comment below, "We embody divine love." To affirm your union, and inspire others to awaken to their higher calling. And remember, the true nature of the twin flame connection, especially for a chosen one, is often deeper and more mysterious than we can fully comprehend. There's still so much we don't know, and perhaps that's part of the divine plan. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Spiritual Wisdom. And be sure to turn on the notification bell so you never miss a powerful insight from our upcoming videos. Your spiritual journey is unfolding beautifully. Stay tuned, stay awakened, and remember, you are never alone on this path. The chosen ones. Demons secretly help you. Why? Sometimes, when things are falling apart, they may actually be falling into place. This powerful quote reminds us that life often works in mysterious ways, especially for the chosen ones. On Spiritual Wisdom, we're diving deep into a fascinating truth. Demons, in ways we don't often understand, may secretly be helping you grow. Yes, even the darkest energies can become instruments of your awakening. Have you ever experienced a strange setback that led to a powerful breakthrough? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might inspire someone else. Let's explore how every challenge can be a divine setup for personal growth, spiritual power, and true happiness. 1. The paradox. Demons secretly help the chosen. There are moments in life when the impossible happens, when disaster is a breath away, and yet somehow you're spared. When everything seems to be falling apart, and then, from nowhere, an answer comes. For many men walking the path of spiritual awakening, especially those between the ages of 30 and 65, these moments are not random. They are signs. If you're a chosen one, you may already know this truth deep in your soul. You are never walking alone. And strangely, even the darkest forces sometimes bend in your favor. But why would demons, known for chaos and destruction, ever offer help to someone walking in the light? The answer lies in the sacred mystery of the heartline, the inner spiritual power that marks the chosen. Chosen ones are not like everyone else. They are marked by a divine mission, something greater than the material goals of this world. They carry within them the flame of purpose, a spiritual frequency that both attracts and repels. With that calling comes a unique sensitivity to the spiritual realm. Many have stories of mysterious protection, guidance in dreams, or sudden insights that shifted their lives. These are not coincidences. They are orchestrations, evidence that unseen forces are moving behind the curtain. Interestingly, not all of those forces are light beings. Sometimes, the very beings we fear, those considered demons, play an unexpected role. But this help doesn't come from love or compassion. It comes from the authority and spiritual armor the chosen possess. The heart line, the power of the sacred heart within, shines so brightly that even darkness is compelled to yield. There are universal laws, older than time, that govern the spiritual world. And one of those laws is this: when divine purpose moves through a person, everything light or dark must submit to that purpose. Demons do not help chosen ones because they wish to. They help because they must. Sometimes they are used as tool servants in a divine chess game. They may try to harm, but instead, they end up pushing you toward your awakening. They may stir conflict, only to reveal your hidden strength. Their interference becomes the very thing that ignites your transformation. This is not the result of chance. It's the dance of cosmic balance. The chosen walk with such spiritual alignment that even enemies become stepping stones. This leads us to a deeper truth. The spiritual world is not simply a battlefield of good versus evil. It is a complex, interwoven system of balance. Darkness does not exist without light, and vice versa. Just as night prepares us for the dawn, the challenges brought by dark forces often prepare the chosen for elevation. In many ancient traditions, it was understood that even the shadows had a role to play in the unfolding of destiny. Nothing is wasted in the hands of the divine, not even darkness. For the chosen ones, the presence of resistance is often proof of divine movement. The storms you face, the attacks you endure, are not signs of weakness, they are signs of growth. They reveal that you are being shaped for something greater. The heart line within you acts as both a shield and a guide. It aligns you with divine timing and purpose, ensuring that every experience, no matter how painful, leads you closer to your soul's mission. Are you ready to uncover the hidden truth behind spiritual warfare? If so, comment below. I walk in divine power to show your awareness of the light within you even when darkness tries to help. 2. Demons' true motives. For those who are walking the path of spiritual awakening, it's not uncommon to encounter forces that feel dark or unsettling. These energies may not always be what they seem. While we are often taught that demons exist only to destroy, the truth is more complex. Sometimes, these entities approach not to bring ruin, but out of desperation, or even a subtle longing for redemption. You are not just aware of deeper truths, you are living them. You've been called to raise your consciousness, to break free from illusions, and to help others awaken. But with that divine light comes attention, both from benevolent beings and from those lost in spiritual darkness. Demons are aware of your energy. They recognize your presence and feel threatened or intrigued by it. You hold something they no longer have: connection to divine truth, inner peace, and spiritual authority. Some demons may appear to offer help. They might present solutions, wisdom, or power. But their assistance often carries hidden motives. It's rarely pure. Behind the help, there may be spiritual traps, subtle tests of your discernment, humility, and strength. These beings operate through manipulation, often cloaked in charm, false enlightenment, or deceptive guidance. They may test your boundaries, influence your decisions, or create confusion within your journey. Even in their attempts to deceive, demons can end up playing a role in your evolution. Their interference forces you to grow spiritually. They challenge you to see more clearly, to dig deeper, and to strengthen your spiritual armor. In resisting their temptations, you develop inner strength. In seeing through their lies, you sharpen your discernment. And in walking away from what they offer, you confirm your alignment with truth. This does not mean we should romanticize dark forces or welcome them with open arms. They are not allies. But for the chosen ones, even their presence can be transformed into a lesson. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to rise. Every spiritual attack becomes a training ground for your awakening. And every moment of resistance becomes a declaration of who you truly are. The journey of a chosen one is not meant to be easy. It's a path of trials, tests, and transformation. But with each test, your light becomes stronger, more stable, and more radiant. If you have recently felt spiritual attacks, strange energies, or unexplained resistance in your life, understand that this may be a sign of your rising power. You are being noticed, not because you are weak, but because you are awakening, and that awakening is powerful. You were not chosen to live an ordinary life. You were chosen to awaken, to see beyond the surface, and to walk boldly in the light no matter what forces stand in your way. Comment below. I stand strong in spiritual truth. If you are ready to discern the hidden motives of darkness. 3. Help with a hidden cost. Have you ever encountered a situation that appeared to be a blessing, only to discover later that it led to chaos or spiritual confusion? Maybe it came in the form of sudden money, a new friendship, or an exciting opportunity that seemed heaven-sent. In the beginning, everything felt right. But over time, something shifted. The peace faded. The clarity disappeared. And what once felt like a divine gift began to reveal its darker side. This is the spiritual reality many chosen ones face. Not all help is divine. Some forms of help are carefully disguised strategies used by demonic forces to gain access to your life. These deceptive offers are dangerous precisely because they don't appear harmful at first. Instead, they often look like breakthroughs, like doors opening when you least expect them. But here's the truth. Demons often help, not to bless you, but to bind you. Their strategy is to gain spiritual access by presenting you with what looks like a solution to your problems. The help they offer is not born of love or divine intent. It is calculated. It is spiritual manipulation. They promise you gain, but hide the spiritual cost. It could be your peace, your integrity, your connection with God, or even your destiny. As the old saying goes, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And that couldn't be truer in the spiritual realm. Evil doesn't always come in darkness. Sometimes it shows up in the light, dressed in everything you ever prayed for. As chosen ones, we must be especially careful. The enemy doesn't try to defeat you with obvious attacks. Instead, he infiltrates your life through things that seem like blessings. He comes when you're tired, when you're desperate, when you're asking for help. And what he gives always comes with invisible chains. Divine help, on the other hand, is radically different. It never forces you to compromise. It never demands secrecy. Divine guidance aligns with peace, with honesty, with purity of heart. It uplifts your soul without causing anxiety or confusion. As C.S. Lewis once said, integrity is doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. That's how you know the help is from above. It supports your integrity, not challenges it. Spiritual discernment becomes your greatest weapon as you walk this path. You must be able to sense what lies behind the offer. Ask yourself, does this feel peaceful, or does it stir up anxiety and confusion? Is it aligned with my values, or does it ask me to step outside of who I really am? The Holy Spirit will never guide you into chaos. Divine help brings clarity, while demonic interference brings distortion. You'll know the difference by the fruits it produces in your soul. As the Bible warns in 2 Corinthians 11:14, even Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. That verse is not just metaphorical, it's spiritual truth. The more awakened you become, the more subtle the attacks. Demonic help is rarely obvious. It's calculated, clever, and deeply spiritual. That's why it's so important to stay grounded in truth, prayer, and intuition. Your spirit already knows. You just have to listen. So stay vigilant. Stay aware. You are not just anyone. You are a chosen one. And with that calling comes a need for deeper spiritual wisdom. Not every open door is from God. Some are traps designed to lead you away from your path. But when you walk with discernment, clarity, and truth, no matter how good the illusion may look, your soul will not be deceived. Trust that. Stand firm and keep walking the path of light. If you found this message eye-opening, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep uncovering the hidden spiritual traps that disguise themselves as help and walk together in discernment and truth. 4. Discernment, the key weapon. Chosen ones are not ordinary. There's something sacred wired into their spirit. You can sense what others cannot. You feel the room's energy shift before anyone speaks. You catch hidden intentions behind smiles. You walk into a space and instantly know if it's safe or heavy. This sensitivity is more than just intuition. It's divine discernment. It's the heart line, deeply connected to spiritual truth, warning you, guiding you, and awakening you to see what's unseen. While the world tries to dull its senses with distractions and noise, you feel everything. That isn't a burden, it's your gift. But as you walk this spiritual path, you begin to realize that not all help comes from the light. Sometimes, what appears to be a blessing is actually a setup. The enemy is cunning. He doesn't always show up with darkness and fear. Often, he comes bearing gifts, success, attention, influence, or love. But those gifts carry invisible chains. There are spiritual strings attached. What looks like a golden opportunity may actually be a trap. You might be offered what you've always wanted, only to find your soul entangled in emotional chaos, your purpose diluted, your peace stolen. The heart line within you quietly warns you. It whispers when something isn't right. And though ignoring that whisper might be tempting, trusting it is your protection. You see, emotional manipulation and spiritual deception are among the most common weapons of darkness. The enemy doesn't always attack from the outside. Sometimes he works through people who appear to care, who say the right words, but drain your spirit and derail your purpose. He sends distractions disguised as love, temptations dressed as support. And when your heart is pure, these tactics can be devastating. That's why you've experienced betrayals that cut deep, why certain people left you shattered, and why your spirit has cried out in confusion. But all of it had a purpose. Every heartbreak was a lesson. Every manipulation refined your vision. Every time someone tried to dim your light, the fire in your soul burned brighter. The most surprising truth is this: sometimes, even demons are allowed by divine will to help chosen ones, but not to bless them. They help by forcing growth. They help by awakening you through opposition. Think of Judas. His betrayal was essential to fulfill the prophecy. In the same way, those dark forces that tried to destroy you were used to push you closer to your divine path. They made you stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your calling. Without those battles, you wouldn't have discovered the depth of your spiritual strength. Without those shadows, you wouldn't appreciate your light. The storms in your life weren't meant to break you. They were meant to reveal you. They were divinely orchestrated to unlock the fullness of who you are. Your heart line, forged in fire and refined by truth, shines brightest when the world is darkest. That's why darkness fights you so fiercely it recognizes your light. But no matter how intense the opposition, your destiny remains untouched. You were never meant to walk an easy path. You were meant to walk a meaningful one. So if you've ever wondered why your life seems like a spiritual battleground, why you carry a sensitivity others don't understand, or why trouble seems to find you even when you seek peace, know this. It's because you were chosen. You were marked from birth for something greater. And though demons may try to distract or deceive, they cannot destroy you. Because your spirit, guided by the wisdom of the heart lean, is already victorious. Stay discerning. Stay anchored. And most of all, stay aligned with your soul's truth. Everything you've been through was not in vain. It was preparation, and your time is now. Do you feel it too? If you do, declare it boldly in the comments. I walk with discernment. I see through the darkness. I am chosen. 5. Influence through people. Demonic energies, or negative spiritual forces, often work through people, and the most difficult part is that these people can be those closest to you. Friends, family members, or even romantic partners may suddenly act out in ways that confuse or hurt you deeply. What's important to understand is that many of them don't even realize they're being used as tools of spiritual disruption. It's not always about their character. It's about the energy influencing them in a particular moment. As someone who is spiritually chosen, your energy is powerful. Your light irritates the darkness. Your presence brings awareness, truth, and healing things that low vibrational forces fear. This is why you are often targeted. It's not because you are weak or vulnerable, but because you carry something sacred within you. Demonic forces will attempt to distract, discourage, or divide you, and they will often do it subtly, through emotional conflict, confusion, or betrayal. But here's a truth that may surprise you. Sometimes, these dark forces end up helping you without meaning to. Every time they challenge you, they push you to grow. Every time they cause pain, they lead you to healing. When someone breaks your heart or turns against you, you are given the chance to reflect, to awaken, and to rise stronger than before. That pain becomes the fuel for your spiritual transformation. Some of your greatest breakthroughs likely came after your hardest moments. Maybe a toxic relationship forced you to find your worth. Maybe betrayal led you to finally set healthy boundaries. Maybe isolation made you reconnect with your soul. These aren't just coincidences. They are signs that you're on a path of deep awakening. Life is not happening to you. It is happening for you. Still, being chosen doesn't mean allowing everything to happen without response. You must protect your energy. You must learn to recognize when someone's words or actions are being influenced by spiritual darkness. But don't meet darkness with more darkness. Instead, respond with light. Forgiveness and compassion are not weaknesses. They are signs of mastery. When you can love without allowing yourself to be harmed, when you can forgive without allowing repeated disrespect, you are walking in true spiritual power. As you continue on your journey, remember this: you were never meant to blend in. You were meant to stand out. You were meant to see through the illusions and become a source of truth and healing in a world that desperately needs both. Demonic forces may try to shake you, but they cannot break you. In fact, they are only confirming who you are, a chosen one, awakened and rising. You are not here to live a small life. You are here to awaken, to shine, and to lead. Never forget that even the darkest forces cannot stop the light within you. If this message has opened your eyes today, leave a comment of faith. I protect my energy with love, No weapon formed against me shall prosper. 6. The power of the chosen one. There is a light within you so powerful that even demons cannot extinguish it. If you've ever felt like you're constantly under attack, like life throws more challenges at you than others, it's not just bad luck, it's because you are different. You are one of the chosen ones. And with that divine calling comes spiritual warfare. But here's the truth. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. The constant trials and tests you face are not signs of weakness. They are proof of your strength and sacred mission in this world. Chosen ones are not ordinary people. They are spiritually marked for a higher purpose, a divine mission that aligns with the greater good of humanity. Because of this, they are spiritually protected by forces beyond understanding. Just as in the story of Job from the Bible, where even Satan had to ask God for permission to test him, the trials you face are never without purpose. Everything you go through has been allowed by the divine to shape you into the person you were always meant to be. You may not see it in the moment, but every painful experience has hidden spiritual meaning. Every setback is a setup for your spiritual growth. What's even more surprising is that sometimes demons are not just your enemies, they unknowingly become your teachers. The universe operates in divine order, where even dark forces can be used as instruments for light. Demons may try to destroy you, but in their attempts, they sharpen your spirit. Just as resistance in the gym builds physical strength, spiritual resistance builds your inner power. The very forces trying to break you often end up making you stronger. They force you to look inward, to heal, to rise, and to awaken parts of yourself you didn't even know existed. It's important to understand that spiritual trials are not random. They are designed for your growth. Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "That which does not kill us makes us stronger." This is especially true for the chosen ones. Every betrayal, every loss, every rejection, those are spiritual tools. They are refining you, transforming you, and pushing you toward your divine purpose. Often, the people who hurt you the most are the ones who indirectly lead you to your spiritual awakening. Pain has a way of awakening the soul, and in the spiritual realm, nothing is wasted. Even your enemies play a role in your elevation. So, don't be discouraged when darkness surrounds you. Instead, recognize it for what it is: confirmation that your light is powerful. Romans 8:28 reminds us that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to His purpose. This means that even the negative forces are being used for your highest good. The trials are temporary, but the transformation is eternal. You are chosen. You are divinely protected. And even when it feels like everything is working against you, remember that everything is actually working for you. Your light is too strong to be put out. Your spiritual journey is not just about surviving, it's about awakening. And as you walk this path, always remember, spiritual growth is the cause. Transformation is the effect. If you believe this message is for you, repeat after me. I am chosen, divinely protected, and guided by purpose. No darkness can dim my light. I embrace my mission with strength and faith. Seven, tests, trials, and growth. Constant hardship is not a curse, it is spiritual refinement. If you are going through pain that others around you don't understand, know this: your path is not ordinary, because your purpose is not ordinary. Every difficulty you face is not meant to destroy you, but to prepare you. This is not just suffering, it is divine shaping. The universe, in its sacred intelligence, uses resistance to mold you into something greater. The more intense the fire, the more valuable the gold that emerges from it. This is not a new idea. Just as gold is purified by fire, your soul is refined through adversity. Every test is a spiritual fire. Every loss, every betrayal, every moment of doubt is a hammer against the old parts of you, breaking them away to reveal the strength beneath. Like a sword forged by the blacksmith's hand, your spirit is being sharpened. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. This is the essence of the heart line, the silent, powerful energy of growth and spiritual maturity. What may surprise you is that even the demons play their role in this process. They tempt, they test, they whisper lies into your mind. But in doing so, they also reveal your wounds and your power. Their attacks bring your hidden fears to the surface, but they also awaken the warrior within you. They push you to your limits, and in that pressure, something deeper is born. The very darkness meant to break you becomes the fire that builds you. God, in His infinite wisdom, allows the enemy's attacks not to harm you, but to strengthen you. This is the sacred paradox. The heart line is not about escaping the battle, it is about becoming who you were meant to be through it. Every test you go through is not random. It is a divine invitation, a calling to rise higher, a preparation for a mission that goes beyond your current understanding. God trains His chosen ones in secret. He doesn't reveal your purpose before preparing you for it. And so, the hardships continue, not as punishment, but as training. You are being equipped to lead, to protect, to carry truth in a world drowning in lies. Nothing you go through is wasted. Not the tears, not the doubts, not the silent nights when you wonder if you'll make it through. All of it is part of the greater design. This is the heart line that sustains you in the dark. The reason you face so many battles is because of what lives inside of you. The enemy doesn't fight what isn't a threat. And you, whether you fully realize it or not, are a threat to darkness. You are being awakened, and as you awaken, you shift the energy around you. You bring light into hidden places. You speak truth where others stay silent. You begin to live with clarity, with authority, with compassion. You carry the heart line of a man who has walked through the fire and come out transformed. So the next time life feels overwhelming, when demons seem to be circling, when everything inside you wants to give up, pause, take a breath, and remember who you are. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. You are chosen, and even your enemies are part of your elevation. This is the mystery. This is the path. And this is the power of the chosen ones. Stay connected with our faith-filled community by subscribing to our channel. Here, we explore how life's tests and trials are not setbacks, but setups for spiritual growth. Just like gold refined by fire, your soul is being strengthened for a greater purpose. Remember, every challenge you face is shaping you for the mission God has prepared for you. Eight, spiritual immunity and divine protection. You were born with a powerful light that darkness cannot understand, let alone destroy. This light is not just a symbol of your purpose. It's a shield, a spiritual armor that protects your body, your mind, and your soul. This spiritual armor is not always seen, but it is always active. It has been there in your hardest moments, in the times when you should have collapsed, but somehow kept going, when others turned their backs on you, but you found strength inside yourself. That's not a coincidence. That's divine protection. That is the spiritual shield that surrounds every chosen one. And because of that, no true harm can ever reach you. Yes, you may be tested, but you will never be defeated. Your light is a threat to darkness. When you enter a room, energy shifts. People feel it. Some are drawn to it, while others may react with jealousy, anger, or even hatred, and they might not even know why. But you do. It's because your energy reflects truth, purity, and power. And evil cannot corrupt what is truly aligned with divine purpose. You are a living reminder of everything darkness cannot control. But here's a deeper truth that not many understand. Sometimes, the very forces that seem to be against you are being used to help you. Yes, even demonic energies, those negative influences, toxic people, and painful circumstances are sometimes allowed to cross your path, not to break you, but to awaken you. Every betrayal, every hardship, every lonely night has shaped you into who you are today. You didn't just survive those moments, you grew. You became wiser, stronger, more grounded in your truth. That's not by accident. That's by divine design. You see, spiritual awakening often begins in discomfort. It's not always born in moments of peace, but in trials that force you to rise. The universe uses contrast to wake up your soul light versus dark, fear versus faith, struggle versus strength. As a chosen one, your path is not meant to be easy. It's meant to be transformational. And that transformation often comes through resistance. So when darkness shows up in your life, don't panic. Understand what's happening on a deeper level. Sometimes demons show up not to destroy you, but to test your strength and remind you of who you are. They are part of the training. Just as your physical body grows stronger through pressure and resistance, your spiritual self expands through trials. And when you've been chosen, the universe allows these trials so you can remember your power, not just know it, but live it. You are never alone on this journey. Even when the path feels heavy, your spiritual armor is guarding you. You may not see the full picture now, but trust that every step you take is guided. Every setback is preparing you. Every challenge is shaping you. Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you've experienced divine protection in your life. Now, let's move on to uncover more powerful truths about the spiritual immunity granted to the chosen. 9. Living with awareness. As a spiritual being on a sacred path, you're being asked to remain vigilant, not just once in a while, but moment by moment. Ask yourself constantly, does this bring me closer to God, or does it pull me away? That one question can change everything. You see, not every distraction looks evil. Some distractions come dressed in comfort, false light, or even love. But chosen ones are not called to comfort, they are called to purpose. And that purpose is rooted in divine truth, which can only be discerned when you're spiritually awake and aware. There's a famous quote by C.S. Lewis says, "There are two equal and opposite errors into which our race can fall about the devils. One is to disbelieve in their existence. The other is to believe and to feel an excessive and unhealthy interest in them." The wisdom in that quote reminds us to remain balanced, not fearful, but aware. Demonic energies don't have the final say unless you give them power. That's why your spiritual light, your unwavering commitment to truth, is not just a shield, it's a sword. It's both your protection and your guide. Every spiritual battle you face is not just about defeating darkness. It's about expanding your light. Darkness is simply the absence of light. And you, chosen one, are the light. You are the one who can walk through chaos and still radiate peace. That's not by accident. That's by divine design. You've been chosen, and because of that, you carry a frequency that disturbs low vibrational energies. That's why they react. But instead of being afraid, recognize the spiritual law behind it. What resists you reveals you. So stay grounded. Stay rooted in your intuition, because your inner compass is your divine GPS. And when confusion creeps in, when fear whispers lies, go back to truth. Real truth doesn't change based on feelings. It's eternal. And when you align with it, everything starts to shift. You no longer react, you respond. You no longer doubt, you discern. As spiritual warriors, we must remember that growth doesn't come from the absence of resistance, it comes from overcoming it. Just like gold is refined through fire, your soul evolves through trials. So if you're facing intense spiritual pressure, don't run from it. Embrace it as confirmation that you are on the right path. You are being refined, not destroyed. Tested, not abandoned. Let your unwavering light be both your protection and your guide. Speak life. Walk in truth. Shine so brightly that even the shadows are transformed by your presence. Because even when the enemy comes in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord will raise a standard against it. You are never alone in this journey. Stay spiritually alert, stay connected, and never forget. The battle you're facing is not meant to break you. It's awakening you to who you really are. If you're committed to living with spiritual awareness, comment, "I'm staying awake," below. Your words help us grow this light together. There's still so much more to uncover about the hidden forces at play in the lives of the chosen ones. The truth runs deeper than we think, and what you've seen today is only the beginning. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Spiritual Wisdom. And make sure to turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. There's a lot more spiritual insight and powerful truth on the way. Thank you for watching, and remember, your journey is sacred, and you are never alone.